Hi, we've come a long way. And in this video, we're going to look at the big picture and why it's recommended, and trust me on this because I have a tendency to do things the hard way, but it is recommended to cut out really the big seven, and in particular, these big three all at the same time so you can get a real picture of what is actually going on in your body and who the culprits are of the symptoms and the how miserable you might be feeling, the distress and the questions about why do I feel so bad. So doing all three at once means your body is dealing with a lot of change simultaneously. There's gut healing, blood sugar is stabilizing, inflammation is dropping, taste buds are resetting, all at the same time. And that's part of why the first week can feel really tough. And also why the payoff by week 3 and 4 tends to feel so significant. You're not just removing three foods, you're giving your gut, your immune system, and your metabolism a genuine reset. So that's exciting, something to look forward to. Now, whether it's the sugar, the gluten, or the dairy, week 1 is that adjustment period. We've talked about it now in a few videos. Sugar, water weight drops fast. Blood sugar and energy get bumpy as the body adjusts. Headaches, brain fog, and strong cravings often peak around that day 3. And it's a real withdrawal response, not just willpower, and you're not crazy. With gluten, digestion often improves first. There's less bloating and gas within days. Some people tend to feel worse before better, and a withdrawal type fog fatigue here too can show up with those with a true sensitivity. And then the dairy, this is the fastest relief of the 3 if you're a lactose intolerant individual. Bloating and GI gastrointestinal upset can ease within 1 to 2 days. But if it's the protein, the casein you react to, it takes longer, closer to a week. So the bottom line for week 1 is it's the hardest week across the board, typical with all addictive patterns, and your body is recalibrating, and some rockiness. Again, the fatigue, the mood, the cravings, the digestion is completely normal. Week 2, symptoms start clearing. With sugar, those rough symptoms, the headaches, the fog, the irritability, the sleepiness, the insomnia usually resolve. Energy stabilizes, less of the post-meal crash, and appetite starts feeling more normal. Gluten. Real gut healing begins at a cellular level. Just remember that full healing takes much longer, but this can be the best feeling week yet. Better digestion, better energy, better nutrient absorption. And then with dairy, inflammation from a true dairy sensitivity starts to wind down. The gut lining may begin healing. Sinus and respiratory symptoms, if dairy related, are often clearer now. And the bottom line for week 2, across all 3, this is when things start to feel noticeably better and more stable. If you're still feeling rough, it's worth looking, making sure you're getting enough sleep, decreasing those stress events, and checking in with minerals, rather than assuming that the plan isn't working. Now, remember, please like, subscribe, and share, and also follow the link to join my free community, not on any social media platform, anywhere. It's on a private community and an app, and you'll find these videos and all kinds of information, plus other people who are curious and wanting to heal like you do. So week 3, hey, things might start feeling new. So what's going on here? Your body is now efficient at burning fat for fuel instead of sugar. Mental clarity and stamina are noticeably better. Sweet foods start tasting very sweet, and that's a sign that your taste buds have recalibrated. Gluten, the whole body inflammation markers often really drop. That leaky gut thing, if it was an issue, starts improving. And many people say this is the week they feel like themselves again. Dairy, skin often improves around now if dairy linked Skin issues was a factor. Joint pain and brain fog, if dairy related, are typically much better. And the bottom line for week 3, this is usually the week that clients report feeling the most noticeably different. Clear skin, I can sleep, clearer head, steadier energy, and weaker cravings. Now, week 4 is that checkpoint and where we might want to think about reintroducing some things depending upon your goals. And maybe you did labs prior, maybe your labs are just coming back, and what you have found out there. We do want that definitive guideline, those markers, so we can see what actually is going on. Sugar, good time to test the fasting insulin and the blood sugar. Cravings are usually much quieter, and it's a good natural point to test reintroducing a little fruit and clearly notice any reaction. Gluten symptoms have usually stabilized, but remember, feeling better and fully healed internally, especially for an autoimmune condition, real gut healing takes months. It is a good point for reintroduction testing if there isn't already a confirmed diagnosis. And dairy, you can try the lactose-free dairy first to figure out if it's the sugar, the lactose, or the protein, the casein that was the issue. It is the clearest window to test full reintroduction and get a clean read on your body's reaction. Also, a good point here is to not try reintroducing all 3 at once. Take them one at a time, few days, let everything clear up, see what you notice, and then test the next one. So bottom line, all 3 systems have reached a new stable baseline. It's a good ideal checkpoint for labs, maybe for reflection and deciding what you want to do next. And remembering everyone's timeline is a little different depending on your starting point, your genetics, and maybe it's a good time to test genetics for food sensitivities that are a familial genetic marker, so that whether it's something that you maybe just want to stay away from for the rest of your life. It's also dependent on what else is going on in your body, your stress levels, and your sleep. So it's a general guideline, not a guarantee. Thanks for being here in this series. Thank you for joining the community and subscribing and always leaving your wonderful comments. We'll see you in the next video.